It's actually a good question, but what you can do is if he says, I don't really know, I haven't been consistent. So what do you need in place to help you actually be consistent? Like, what do you actually feel you're missing if you really thought
Okay.
about it? So get him to
All
expand
right.
on that so you can actually get a key deliverable there, right? Because if you want a key deliverable for the pitch, it's going to be right there. Okay. So you need to make sure you're strong on that. And you say, hey, like you you need that answer. You need that answer because it's going to be very important for them to describe exactly why they need the help. Okay. So, because you won't have anything to attach it to if you say, okay, if you had gotten that type of help maybe 6 or 12 months ago, where would you be today? They don't have any help to compare it to right now because they haven't said they needed anything, right? It's a good question and I like the
Right.
question, but we have to tie them down. Okay. So let's rerun that.
Okay. So, look, what kind of support do you think you would need, Greg, to really sort of maybe move forward and get the breakthrough you need?
Uh, Support? I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not really clear on what the real problem is. So I'm not. That's where I'm kind of stuck here.
Okay, so you need some clarity on how you're going to move forward and really attack your goals with purpose, right?
Yeah, and stick to it.
Okay.
Get a deliverable.
Yeah.
I would say what I would do is I would drag down what he's already told you in terms of his lack of consistency. And I said, you had mentioned that you were inconsistent early and you just told me you need to stick to it. So what do you feel we need in place to make sure that you actually can be consistent? Like if you
Okay, because
really
he's
thought about it.
avoiding actually coming up with it,
Yeah.
isn't he? I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So look, if you mentioned consistency, you've mentioned quite a few things, but one thing you did mention just now was consistency. So if you were to get the help you need to be more consistent, what would that look like for you? No, that's not right either. I haven't tied him down.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry.
I was gonna wait to see where it went, but
I haven't. No, no, no.
no, you're okay. You're
No,
okay.
I'm not. I'm
I
getting
think
it wrong.
it's a learn it's a learning process either way. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think, but this is why I think with this offer though, it's so crucial. Like, because these clients, they don't know what's going to help them. They really don't have a clue, right? They're lost, they're stuck, and they're not sure what the solution is. That's why I think it's so crucial to plug something in that they latch onto, right? And
Mm,
what it is we're selling a transformation. It's not a tool or a program or some course. It's a transformation, and that transformation is going to get them the
mm,
result they're looking for, and they need the support and the system to follow to get that transformation. But I feel like if you go back to kind of what they've tried, all these things they've tried. So I'm just telling you all these things I've tried, nothing's worked. I never stuck with it. And then when you plug in that, have you ever worked on your internal operating system? Like, well, no, I haven't. Now I'm like latched on to something, right? And then it leads to the concern, and then to me it would lead to, well, if you haven't got any support, mentorship or coaching with working on your internal operating system, are you open to
mm,
it? Yeah, I'm open
yeah.
to it, right? What makes you open to it now if you haven't done that before? Well, because of this
Yeah.
and this, and I walked right into it. All right,
Yeah.
does that make sense?
that would
Just
be good. No, it makes sense. His internal versus external thing is very good. That's why I recommended that, or just giving them the
Yeah.
internal piece if they've
on
never
this
worked on it.
on this specific thing, because they don't have there's not it's not like a clear cut thing like of what the problem is,
Yeah.
right? They don't know what's
There's
causing it.
there's that, but also if you give them buckets, like in fitness, a lot of times they would also be a little confused. So if I needed to give them a bucket, I would say, usually people think they benefit from having some forms of maybe account, accountability, maybe some structure, like some guidance there. But I guess for you, like, what do you feel you actually need that will make all the difference for you, right? You can give them buckets like that, and that's okay because you're not enforcing it on.
Real quick before you go, if anything I just said hit, you'll like what I'm about to tell you. There's a public leaderboard live right now where closers are racing to double their cash collected in 14 days. They get real trophies. Public ranks a $1,000 cash prize every month for the closer at the top. The math is simple. Take your last 14 days of cash collected and beat it. Closer doubling from 5K cash collected in the last 14 days to 10K. It's the same tier as a closer doubling from 50K to 100K. So you get the same trophy, the same recognition, and you're never in the wrong weight class because it's based off of your ability to grow. So it's free to join, it's free to learn, and it's free to start growing today. The link is in the description. Click join, and I will see you on the board.